Okay, so we got something to discuss. There has been a trend on Twitch lately that many people are currently calling the hot tub meta. Now, this really doesn't affect me in most ways, shapes, and forms, but for those of you who don't roam Twitch consistently, what it is basically there was a rule that you're allowed to stream in your bathing suit as long as you're in a place that warranted a bathing suit, such as a hot tub, or a beach, or a pool, and things like that. And some people, mostly lovely ladies, but people, they took to streaming in very, very scantily clad bathing suits, and we're basically doing streams where they were in like a bathtub or something like that, wearing just that. And they were getting very highly recommended on the page because lots of people were like, oh hey, I might like to watch that. And they were doing very well for themselves. Now, however, Twitch is supposed to be a website where anyone 13 years old or older can watch on it, and a lot of people were upset by this. Now, some of it was unwarranted levels of being upset. Some people are like, oh, they're stealing all the viewers. Buddy, a viewer that clicked on that was not going to click on you, so you just shut up. I am not one of those. I am not under the disillusion that these people in bathing suits were stealing my Guild Wars 2 viewers. I also, there's some people that think if you're against this, that means you're against people doing what they want with their bodies. And no, it does not have to be that way, okay? You can be against something and not be at the other end of the freaking violent spectrum, okay? I personally am, your body, your choice, whatever, that's fine, I don't care. I don't think Twitch is the right website for it, that's all. I don't think Twitch is the right place for it. Okay, so that's where I stand on it. Doesn't affect me. I'm not so disillusioned that I think they're taking my viewers. Power to you. Like, as far as I'm concerned, these people, they were working the system. It's not even a loophole. It was just, hey, we can do this, and Twitch says they allow it. If anyone's upset about this, be upset that Twitch didn't stop this months ago. All right. So that's the situation, all right? Now you guys are mostly caught up. And there was one more thing. Amaranth, who is a lady streamer, and she is also a model, and she's very pretty, and I'll leave it at that. She was doing the hot tub streams and being very successful with them. Like, the metrics for her channel, she was skyrocketing. And they recently pulled ads from her channel without telling her. Now, she is not only is she a Twitch partner, but she has a partner manager. She's one of the top Twitch partners. Okay, she is top 0.01%er on the thing. They did not even tell her or her manager. So she was like, I'm not getting any revenue for ads. And she was even manually running ads. Like, she hits the run ad button because of like contract and stuff. I assume on the contract comment. That was an assumption. That one line was an assumption. And she went to her manager and he's like, yeah, this looks weird. Hang on, I'm gonna go check. And he goes upstairs and starts like rattling, knocking on doors or whatever. And he comes back and he's like, they gave me this. And like, he found out, then told her at that time, yeah, we pulled all ads from your channel because ad companies don't want to work with Twitch anymore because of content like what you're doing. All right? No matter how you feel about the situation, that is a very poor way to handle this. Like, she's a partner, and they didn't even talk to her. Okay? They could have said, please stop or else this, right? Or if you A, we will B. Yeah, they didn't even do any of that. They just did this and swept it under the rug, and they let her continue running ads. They let her, like, her run ads button still works, but 100% of the revenue goes to Twitch instead of her getting a cut of it. So do we know for sure they didn't warn her first? I do not know for sure, but I'm telling you what has come out in all of the reports so far. So that's what's happened that has been public knowledge over the last few days. Now, today this came out. Now, I have been saving reading this until I got on stream because I was just like, all right, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. So let's see what they're gonna say about this. So this is an official thing from Twitch, and it starts, let's talk about hot tub streams. Which again, we're not specifically against any rules, but yeah, that happened. Over the past few weeks, we've seen and had many conversations about hot tub streams, and we want to address it candidly. The content brings up questions that are complex with few easy, clear answers. We're approaching it thoughtfully and respectfully, which is why we've taken our time to address it publicly after a lot of internal deliberation. Given the nuances, this is going to be a long post, but we wanted to explain in detail our thinking and approach, as well as next steps both in the short and long term. Much of the conversation we have seen has focused on the people who are streaming the— oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me pause for just a second. There was one other thing they did. They did a little while back, they did a town hall thing, which is like a Q&A. You could go and ask questions. And most of the people asking questions are like, what are you doing about all these hot tub things? And the response at that time was they are within the parameters of the rules. And, you know, that's that. And they had said, we're going to do a town hall every week. And then there was so many questions about the hot tub thing. After one town hall, they said, thank you for all the wonderful feedback. We need some time to process all of this before we schedule another one. And they canceled town halls 2 through infinity. After one Q&A, they're like, you know what? We can't handle this. All right. Much of the conversation that we've seen has focused on the people who are streaming this and similar content, including assumptions about their motivations and intentions, and we want to make a few things clear. First and foremost, no one deserves to be harassed for the content they choose to stream, how they look, or who they are, and we will take action against anyone who perpetuates this kind of toxicity on our service. Absolutely agree. Second, while we have guidelines about— hold on. My 9-year-old's in the other room. While we have guidelines about sexually suggestive content, being found to be sexy by others is not against our rules. Oh, thank goodness, guys. I thought my Sylvanas was going to get me banned. Because I know Nightlight and Seared are just— mwah, when it comes to Sylvanas. I thought this one was going to get me. Whew. Twitch will not take enforcement action against women or anyone on our service for their perceived attractiveness. Wingardium, get owned, son. Okay, I'm sitting here, I'm flabbergasted. Who thought this needed to be said? Don't worry, guys. If you're hot, it's okay. We promise we're not coming after the hot ones. Like, what? I don't know of a single person, troll or not, that thought that was a thing. That's, okay, I just gotta say, that's funny. That's funny. All right. How are policies applied? There have been confusion around whether streams from hot tubs are permissible under our current policies, and we understand why our rules as written have contributed to the confusion. Under current nudity and attire and sexually suggestive content policies, streamers may appear in swimwear in contextually appropriate situations, at the beach hot tub, for example, and we allow creative expression like body writing and body painting, provided the streamer has appropriate coverage as outlined by our attire policy. Nudity or sexually explicit content, which we define as pornography, sex, and sexual services, are not allowed on Twitch. Our intention with the suggested— I'm just going to start skipping this word, but you guys can read it. Our intention with the suggestive policy was to draw a line on content that is overly explicitly suggestive, not to ban all content that could be viewed as suggestive, but we acknowledge that our rules are not as clear as they could be. That is true. I mean, honestly, the biggest problem here is Twitch hasn't really drawn a line in the sand and stuck with it. They've been inconsistent with how they've been doing this stuff. At Muckluck, what Ouroboros? Put a sentence with it. Don't just at me. Let's see. Where was I? Shoot, Ouroboros. We not sure what's it. Prohibiting every form of content that could be interpreted as suggestive would also result in far more restrictions on the video games and premium content than we currently allow, especially considering the ways that female characters are sometimes objectified or presented in a manner. Okay. That was a bug, the sentence is just before. Apparently people soon need to be told things. Being is showing a drawing that really looks like this is bad. What? Dude, I have no idea what you're trying to say. Okay, I'm just gonna start ignoring chat for a minute. I don't know what you want. All right. Suggestive content and where to draw the line, which is what I just said, is an area that is particularly complex to assess, as suggestiveness is a spectrum that involves some degree of personal interpretation of where the line falls, as opposed to determining whether or not there is nudity. We will always aim to avoid being overly punitive based on assumptions. When we have taken enforcement action on this content, we've only done so in the case of a clear violation of our guidelines. To make the lines between what we consider to be overtly or explicitly suggestive more clear, our team is planning to update our policies on suggestive content in the coming months. We probably should. Let's see, hold on. Master Q1, is there any way for people playing in South America to lower ping? Oh gosh. Noody, N-O-O-D-Y, has, what is it, exit lag? There's a program online you can get called Exit Lag he's constantly trying to sell that supposedly helps with that. I've never used it, I just know it exists. Might help you out. Look up Exit Lag, all one word. Okay, we also wanted to address questions from our creators about suspending advertising on their channels. On Twitch, brands get to decide where and when their ads appear. Pause there. Guys, for those of you that don't know how advertising works, I have a cursory knowledge of this. I'm going to tell you what I know. Let's say you're on YouTube. If an advertiser goes to YouTube, let's say Burger King, and Burger King's like, hey, we would like to, pay you guys to do some Burger King ads. And they're like, okay, what channels do you want it on? Usually, someone like Burger King, who could target, it's food. Everybody needs food. They'll be like, anyone that's not doing like vile stuff. So anyone that's not like, like cussing like a sailor and stuff like that. Just anything like PG-13 and below, please put our ad there. And YouTube be like, got it. Now, YouTube has a very, very smart algorithm they have spent billions of dollars creating, and they will put it out to those people. Twitch is a lot, the Twitch advertising system is basically a one-trick pony. The Twitch advertising system, if Burger King comes to Twitch and is like, hey, we want to do ads, up until this point, there was no, these people are PG, these are PG-13, these are R, these are doing Magic the Gathering, these are doing Raid Shadow Legends, these are doing World of Warcraft. There was no division. It was just, this ad goes to bleh, and it just went out to everybody. So if anyone in the pool was a no-no, the advertisers want it out. Well, we don't want our ads being shown on this stuff, or like targeted ads on YouTube. You get paid more for ads because, like, let's say you've got an advertisement for diapers, some kind of diapers. You would want those to go on videos involving baby stuff. There's a higher chance it's going to make a sale. On Twitch, there's no bot. There's no algorithm that gets those ads out to the right people. So the advertisement companies will feel that their ads are getting wasted because their ads go to people that don't care at all about diapers constantly. So they waste a lot. So that's how it is right now. So it is completely normal in the more successful internet world of things like YouTube to have advertisement companies pick and choose who does their ads. Otherwise, they're paying money and it's wasted. It's thrown down the drain. So again, I want to really stress here, what Twitch is doing is completely normal, but they're just starting to do it and they're getting a lot of kickback. And they tried to be sneaky about it and they're getting kickback for that too. All right. Brands get to decide where and when their ads appear. Today, they can target or avoid specific categories of content and flag channels that don't meet their standards. This means that Twitch, in rare cases, will suspend advertising on a channel at the advertiser's request. Okay, here's my issue with that. If Twitch is running ads for Netflix and Burger King and McDonald's and Wendy's, they're saying at an advertiser's request, as if there's this one all-powerful entity with a freaking V for Vendetta mask called advertisers. What happened to Amaranth is she stopped getting 100% of ad revenue. It's not like every single ad company banded together and said, not that one. I would understand if Burger King said, not that one. But it was all of them. I feel like this might be bending the truth a little bit. Like, yes, it's true that, a company would say, not that one. But, they don't... I can almost promise you, almost, that the companies don't look through every Twitch streamer and say you check a yes or a no box. They rely on Twitch to do that. So I don't know about that sentence. Today, they can target or avoid specific categories of content and flag channels that don't meet their standards. I mean, that's a good thing. Because, again, up until this point, the many were punished for the actions of a few when it came to ads. You know, if they start separating people by, like, high-risk people and put them in a quarantine, everybody else could potentially get ads that pay more money, both to Twitch and creators, because those people have been avoiding Twitch because of the high-risk people, which are now quarantined. This means that Twitch, in rare cases, will suspend advertising on the channel the advertisers request. We absolutely do not permit brands to use protected characteristics as a filter for advertising, targeting, or blocking. We recently suspended advertising on some channels that were flagged by the majority of our advertiser base. Okay, so there's a little bit of clarification of the thing I mentioned a couple sentences back. And failed to notify them. I'm kind of surprised that they're taking the hit on that. They're admitting that they messed up there. Our creators rely on us, and we should have alerted affected streamers to this change before it happened. Again, Amaranth is the one that became. She has millions of followers. She's the one who got the word out on this. Most of the others were just crushed. It was a mistake not to do so. We're working with individual creators to address their specific situations or restore ads where appropriate. Okay. It's good that they said that, but if it wasn't for one of the creators affected being absolutely massive on the platform, we would have never known. So it is good that they're saying that. However, it is also bad that they waited till they were caught to say something. What's next? We recognize that our diverse global community has a broad range of interests and preferences, and not all of the content allowed on Twitch is relevant to everyone. Of course not. We think it's important that viewers have choice in determining the type of content that is suggested to them, and brands have the right to determine where their ads appear on this service. We are working to develop more robust controls for advertisers and viewers to enable them to control their experiences on our service. Additionally, we need to provide creators with a better understanding of what brand safe means to advertisers outside of our community guidelines in terms of service, and provide better ways to categorize their content. These, along with updates to the suggestive policy, are longer-term solutions that will take time to build and implement. In the immediate term, one of the challenges this situation has highlighted is the lack of specificity in, I am really proud of myself for saying that right on the first try, in the just chatting category. Viewers can flag content as not interested in order to remove specific channels. Oh, let me tell you guys about how they mucked that up. So they recently, during that town hall I told you about, people were like, what about these hot tub things? And at first their stance was, if you don't like it, click the 3 little dots next to the streamer, there's a drop-down menu, and click not interested, and you won't see that streamer anymore in the feed. But here's the thing. When you look at the main page, there's recommended, and there's top channels. And if you hit don't show me this again in top channels, it would still pop up in recommended. And there was people were posting screenshots on their subreddit of someone like, here's this hot tub streamer, don't show me again, and it would disappear, and it would appear in recommended. So they still had, basically booties all over their feed. So they messed up with that one, too. Viewers can flag content is not interested in order to remove specific channels or categories from their recommendations. However, due to the broad range of content in just chatting, and the fact that many creators in just chatting for a portion of their streams, that is not an effective way to remove a specific subset of content, like creators streaming in pools or hot tubs. Community and advertiser feedback made clear that we need to offer more ways to control the content that's recommended, as well as where ads appear. So we're introducing a new category, pools, hot tubs, and beaches. Hang on just a second. Twitch.tv/directory. Hold on. I'm going to glance at it before I show it. Hang on just a second. Let's see. Categories, sort by viewers. Hey, he can come in if you. Yeah, I did. We were talking about something I didn't want Gabe to hear about.
Oh, okay.
Chip can hear about it. He's mature. He ages fast. Okay, good talk. All right. So here we go. So here is the browse page sorted by viewers from high to low. And now Just Chatting has 464k people, and right here is pools, hot tubs, and beaches with 40,000 viewers. I'm not going to click on it. We all know what's there. And again, doesn't really bother me. But yeah, so that's the thing. So let's go back to this. Contextual exception to our standard nudity and attire policy. You should stream into the pools, hot tubs, and beaches category. Wait, sorry, I missed some very important words there. If you have chosen swimwear that is allowed to our policy, then you should stream in that category. We will be reaching out to creators with more details on how to use this category moving forward. This is not intended to be... I'm gonna be right back. Miss Happy Clay, I'm going to check out the pools and hot tubs. This is not our intended to be our long-term solution to improve brand targeting capabilities and increase personalization in our recommendations. Let me repeat that. This is not our long-term solution to improve brand targeting capabilities. I want to pause right there and say Twitch has incentive to fix this, you guys. Obviously, like, I mentioned this before, Twitch takes like 90% of ad revenue. If Burger King says, hey, Twitch, I'll pay you $1 to show this ad to 1,000 people, and then I had 1,000 viewers, and then Twitch airs the ad on my channel, Twitch takes 90 cents of that dollar, is my understanding of how it works. Like, it is more important for Amazon than it is for us for them to get this taken care of. It does, however, solve a few issues for all audiences in the near term. Creators can continue to stream content that falls into this category as long as it doesn't violate our guidelines. Viewers can better avoid recommendations for content that they don't want to see, and those wishing to view this content will have an easier time finding it. And brands can either opt in or opt out of this category based on whether it aligns with the target audiences like they can today with any other category. The pools, hot tubs, and beaches category is live today. This article, and there's a link, provides more information about what kind of content should be streamed to this category, which I don't care. We have a lot of work to do, and it's going to take some time to implement all the changes we've outlined. We'll share updates on this as we have them. Oh, man. I gotta say, nothing to me beat, we promise not to come after the hot people. That was my favorite part, chat. Hot people, calm down. We're gonna let you live today. That was my favorite part.